Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. Welcome to episode 103 of the One Perspective to Another podcast. I am your humble, gracious, highly favored, back in the grind, back in the zone, working on this OPTA, humble, gracious host, A. Sanders. Just said, starting out, and I want to get back to the basics, but being completely consistent and transparent, I'm not doing this over again. This is a one-take show, a one-take pony, and whatever it takes to get through, I will do it. I apologize for the I apologize for the moments of delay for my thoughts, but I just wanted to be authentic and get back to the basics. And first, I wanted to at least provide some kind of value, at least in the first part of this episode, and that will be a video that you will hear, but you won't see it. It's about this guy who is a professional physical trainer, I guess you could say. But he said something that really caught my attention, and then following up with just a saying that I heard of, and then getting into just everything that's going on in the world, and just the vibe, the mood, the feeling, the confusion, the delays, the trends, as you guess you can say, that's going on. But first, I'm gonna let you hear this video, and then just come back and talk about that. So, without further ado, here that is right here.
Yeah. Wow. The body wants to go to healing. The person wants to go to pain. So his neurology is changing before our eyes, and yet he's looking for the pain. And it's uncomfortable because he cannot find the pain. Stop chasing pain. Chase healing.
So it's a very short video. It's 20 seconds or so. But the thing about it, so give you some context on the video. He is giving this guy an adjustment on his body, but the things that he said can apply to the mind, the body, the soul, the heart, the spirit, everything. Because he said our bodies are giving us signals, and the body wants to heal, but the person wants to find the pain. And that really resonated with me a lot, especially with just myself, with people, the world, the universe, the galaxy, maybe the aliens coming, who the fuck knows. But when you break things down, and the way people do their multiplication or their division, and you break things down, the way I see it is you break something down, you go from a universe perspective to a quantum level of perspective. You breaking down atoms and seeing what puts what and what together. But the thing about analyzing things in that kind of context, it is a very literal thing. There is a fact. And the thing that breaks us apart in certain understanding is when we try to break down feelings, and we try to break down those intangibles, and that's where it gets gray and it gets fuzzy, and not everybody is completely going to understand. So with that, I just feel like that saying and what he said was really important, because the person wants to go to that pain associated with whatever that learning is, whatever that healing is, because we kind of get comfortable inside of our pain. We get comfortable while trying to maintain ourselves and just living with that pain. But healing, a lot of people, they start the process, but they don't finish it. It's always a but, or it's always a this, or it's always a that. And I'm not a perfect person in any way, shape, or form, but I am learning on my journey and unpackaging and unlearning things that I've learned in my history, in my past, and talking to people, communicating with people. It's very difficult sometimes for certain individuals to be human, and for long periods of time. Everybody has their moments, everybody has their bad days, everybody has their fuck you days, but when things are deeply rooted, you can't just say it in one conversation. You can't tell the world how you feel about your pain. And bringing everything back full circle, is at the end he said we just gotta chase healing. And chasing healing is very uncomfortable for certain people. Sometimes it's just like me and my granny always having these Bible war conversations. As old and as wise as my grandmother is not me. So when my grandmother, she has this stubbornness about her to where her word is the end all word, but it's like that's not how we communicate. That is not how we grow. That is not how we learn. And for somebody to be stuck in your ways, it shows that you are not willing to grow, to heal, to unpackage those things. And I'm not saying that every situation that we go through in life is right or wrong, but just being open to different perspectives, like one perspective to another, is literally showing those instances where you can see the other side. You ain't got to agree with everything. You ain't got to be on every side of the perspective and be like, oh yeah, that's me. Oh yeah, that's me right there on this side, on the other side. No, it's just you being aware to find healing in all shapes and forms of your own person, of your own entity, of your own being. So that's what I got out of that. I just felt like it was a really powerful thing. I just wanted to bring some value, just something that I listened to during the week and found that just really made me want to sit back and unpack and just heal my own self from everything that's going on in the world. And with that, the next piece of value I wanted to give was just the idea and the notion of I can't versus I don't want to. This is something that I personally deal with all the time, every day. I know it's been a lot with people in COVID and the world, money, shit going away, the world dealing with all this still natural shit, whether it's fucking global warming or it's natural disasters or it's racism or it's the culture shift, whether it's mental health, whether it's people just dying of natural causes. Like, the world didn't stop, but it's still a new thing coming along. But I just didn't want that to take away from us understanding that we still have to make our choices in our world. And the I can't versus the I don't also leads me into my next topic, because the I can't is something very few people can actually use. It's probably like a 1% of the world who can say that they can't. The other people just say, I don't want to. And I thought about this because even I do it myself. Like I say, I'm not perfect. I'm still a work in progress. There's nothing perfect about me. There's nothing absolute about me. I'm a dynamic creature. I'm dynamic in my thought, dynamic in my process, and I'm ever changing, and I'm always willing to listen, willing to learn. Like, it ain't nothing that is above me from seeing, just trying to see people in general. But the I don't want to part is very powerful because a lot of times we don't want to. I remember in certain situations, I would always tell a person in particular that there is a want versus need in this situation. And whatever we about to do, you got to ask yourself if this is a want or a need. Shout out Town Business in the background. If that want is what you want, there are consequences and repercussions to those actions of what you want. There are consequences and repercussions to the actions of what you need. One of the two might be better in the short term. One might be better in the long term, and that is literally all we do as humans is just pros and cons and see how much we want now versus how much we want in the future. But some people just always want the now. They always want to skip the process, and they get confused and get tired and just be all up in arms when you try to skip over shit. Like, stop trying to skip over shit. Stop trying to beat around the bush and just ignore these 1 through 56 steps. Nobody gets from 1 to 56 without putting in something, without doing something. Like, for me, I'll use an example of me doing this podcast. Like, I didn't know that I would be at 103 episodes, but each individual step to that process, to making a podcast, to have something to talk about, to have a song, to have a music, to have this, to have that, to have thought, to have an outline, to have my thought process in order to even do it. Like, it's a process. And what's his name? Gary Vee always says, just do it. Like Nike say, just do it. People always want to skip. Stop trying to skip shit. It ain't that important to the point where you got to skip out doing what you want to do because you scared of or saying you can't. So just stop saying that you can't do shit. Just say you don't want to do it. I don't know if that just makes me sound petty, but it just makes me more understanding of things. But with that, it led me to this next topic that I want to talk about, in just the levels of what's going on in our world right now. And the levels I feel that there are our minds, our home, our community, and then our world. And with home, it's like our mental health, our physical health, our well-being, just in general, us getting up in the morning, whether we behind the A-ball, in front of the A-ball, like that part, and us dealing with us and our self-talk and our self-conversations of, oh, I got to get this done. I got to do this today. What am I doing? How am I feeling? Like that shit right there is the most important thing above the fucking aliens, before a toxic COVID virus, before racism, before Trump, before Kanye, before the news, before everything. That comes first. And then next after that comes your community. That's your family, that's your friends, that's your dog, that's your cat, that's your pet turtle, that's your pet spider, tarantula, whatever the fuck you want to call the shit. That's your community. And then here and there you can check in on your community, to check in on their home level, to see how they're doing, to see how you can relate, to see how you can have fun together, how you can battle together, how you can win together, how you can laugh together, how you can love together. Relationships to your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your significant other, whatever you want to call them. That shit is important too, and that's also a part of your community. And then finally, after that, there's the world's issues, and that's all the shit that's going on with people and celebrities dying and COVID and Black Lives Matter and racism and sexism and fucking all the isms of the world. All that shit, that's where it happens in the world. And it's just, sometimes you just gotta take a step back and just go home and just deal with self, and that is completely fine. I see a lot of people nowadays where they get conflicted about posting things, or conflicted about doing this when they just want to be seen, or doing this because they don't want to go against the Black Lives Matter movement, or talking about the 4th of July, or talking about, they want to talk about it being summertime, like they just want to get out and do what they want to do, but they don't want to be disrespectful. At the end of the day, as much as social media is a part of society, you also are allowed to talk about your home. Your home is what you are, what you make, how you become yourself, and it's okay. Just post whatever the fuck you want to post. There are consequences and repercussions to everything that we do, and at the end of the day, you cannot make everybody happy. So, as long as your thoughts are said, you are happy, that is all the fuck that matters. Period. There ain't no ifs, ands, buts about it. Just do whatever the fuck that you need to do in order to maintain your well-being. Just don't be disrespectful. Don't be an asshole. Don't be a bitch. Don't be a fucking anything that just negates other people. Period. Because next topic kinda is just, I find myself in the middle of these things, in these conversations with these black movements and all these isms and sexism and white people and Karens and this and that and the third. It's just, it's a lot. And a lot of the things that my mind is on right now is the conversations that I have with people, because I know a lot of different kinds of people. I know whether it's race, whether it's thought process, whether it's religion, whether it's fucking Legos, or what kind of sports fan you are. Like, we are all very diverse people when it comes down to it, in the end of it all. But like, that's my thing about this cancel culture. I guess this is the questions that I have just with everything going on. What is a version of you acknowledging something that is a name going to do to challenge what's going on in the world? What is the name on the back of a jersey going to do for that? What is the renaming of something going to do to that? I live on Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard, but what does that really do for me? That's the real question, and this is just me talking. These are questions that I have, questions that I think about, because honestly, at the end of the day, I don't know. Because I was having a conversation, the thick of it just boils down to this, plain and simple. You can be mad at me if you want to, but it is what it is. There is no law for morality in the United States of America. And that's it, period. So, and even if there was, everybody's equation of equilibrium of morality is completely different. That's why you have these battles. That's why you have these wars going on. But the thing about it is, there is a black and white to what's right. So why is it always so much confusion? And that's the real issue, the real tongue twister, the real knock on your head. Like, what the fuck is going on with this shit? Like, we cannot change that. We cannot change a person's morale. You can call whatever you want an instance of shit going on a hate crime, but that's not morality. And I don't know where it goes from here. I don't know what's the next step on this, but it's like, as much as you try to combat all them isms, whether it's sexism or racism or people being gay, people being trans, people having this, people having that, like, as much as we try to divide each other, everybody wants to be recognized. So it's just like a seesaw effect of like, you do this, then this happens. It's like taking a pill. There's one thing that's you take the pill for, but those pills give you side effects, and those side effects need more pills to get rid of those side effects, and so on and so on and so on. So it's like, what is the tipping scale or the turning point in this situation? And I feel like it's morality. But how do we govern a person's morality? That's where I'm at right now. Because I don't know. I don't know what the world's going to do. I don't know what's going to change. But if any time of it being able to happen, it's definitely now. Because I'm tired of having conversations with people about things that shouldn't be happening. I'm tired of having conversations with people who are hurt because they're not being seen. I'm tired of people who are ignoring the fact and want to point out facts that don't have anything to do with anything. I'm tired of hearing people talk about the irrelevant topics and the irrelevant things that may be of matter to them, but I really don't care all the time about it sometimes. It's like I said earlier, talking about home. Like, sometimes you just got to go home and check in on you. It's just interesting to see how these past few months have been a ripple effect. We're in 6 months of 6 months of July. Half of the year is over, and it's still all this shit. And sometimes you being blessed with bundles of information and knowledge is also a curse, because you're aware of all this shit going on and all these stories, and you see, and maybe I'll be more selective in next episode and talk about those things. But this is just a little brief overview of just my thought process and what I've been thinking about. Because it's a lot of people asking for human decency. It's a lot of people who just feel like the world sucks. Well, how much of a symbol does this really bring us? A symbol of anything? I don't know. When you learn about the history of justice, it just makes you go, wow. It makes you go, what are we living for right now? It's just interesting to see. And then last but not least, Kanye West is running for president. So, happy 4th of July for that. I guess you can say who. But yeah, I'm just trying to keep all these perspectives in order, doing it to the best of the people who are here and present. I don't know. It's just a lot for me to think about. a lot to process, a lot to unpack, because it's a lot of things that I've been wrong about. It's a lot of things that I have to stand up for. It's a lot of things that I'm in the midst of changing, and all that will come to the light really soon. I'm just going to leave you with a thought that I think I talked about on a previous podcast, but it's just steady on my mind. So what do you say to the people, the group of individuals who come to the protest to protest for you, but when you walk past them, they ignore you. They don't see you. And it's not because it's any time of the day, it's brightest day outside. It's because you are a black individual. You are a black man walking down the street. Is it fear? Is it just natural being in a group and it's just one person? Are you fearful of that? But it really just paints this weird ass narrative in my head, like you're going to a Black Lives Matter protest for a black person, which could be me, could be anybody. Maybe it's your black friend, who knows? But you ignore and treat the black man that you're walking past like he's still some type of creature or some kind of animal. No eye contact, no hello, ignoring hellos, how you doing? It just don't add up. It just don't make sense. And it's something that probably, I don't know why, maybe it should go live with me for the rest of my life, but it just does. And it just feels weird. As weird as that sounds to say aloud, it just feels weird. And I don't understand the logic behind it. I'm trying to figure out the feeling behind it. It's just fucking stupid to me. But then you go to protest and show your allegiance for the hour or so, however long a rally lasts, and then you just go home and live your life the way that you normally did. Like, that's not anything special. But I mean, hey, it is what it is, right? It's another day, it's another dollar. We gotta figure out where we want to stand in this world, because at the end of the day, you got some choices. It's America, yeah. You still gotta wake up and take care of your home, and that home includes financial. So make sure you take care of yourself, make sure you take care of your money, make sure you take care of your wealth, make sure you take care of your health, make sure you take care of your mental. Because it's all important. It's really difficult to be a human sometimes, and we all gotta take our processes with a grain of salt, and just, as much as our heart hurts and our family hurts and our friends hurt, we still gotta find a way to push forward. So make sure you take care of home. As always, playing in the background right now is probably a song that's been really vibing in my head. We all know I love Big Crit, so this is a Big Crit song, and I hope you enjoy. We will catch you on the flip side, and I'm out. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please message me, let me know, because I want to have these conversations. Even though it'll be a lot sometimes, I still want to have them. So, on that note, for real, I'm out, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Thank you for listening, and remember to like, share, subscribe, tell 2 friends, tell 2 friends. I'm gone.
I got to get over now. Mama po, daddy po, candy lady, had to close, couldn't buy what she sold. Got to get over now. Granny po, pawpaw po, must run in the blood, shit, that's all we ever know. Got to get over now. Neighbors po, city po, politicians passing bills, they don't live around the door. Got to get over now. I got to get over now. I got to get over now. Who the fuck gon' tell me I can't get rich? Cause I come from a stick with a stone, break bones, and the junkie suck dick for the glass. Always begging when you pass. Why they eating out the trash? Shit, I had to do the math. Nicky D never spoiled, do it big with the Mac. That was thrown out. can't get rich, cause I come from the bricks where the pimps break laws and the hoes suck dick for the cash. I was selling when you pass, why they selling out that ass? Had to do the math, Pooh Nanny never spoiled, do it big for a man, cause you strong guy. When you rich, you become a trick. When you poor, it ain't shit to set them hoes out. Alleyways, motels and dirty covers. Husbands was by that love him, but fuck around with no rubber. Really, he got a fetish. Yeah, she tight though. Yeah, she right though. But you knowing that shit ain't healthy, can't stay about it. Get another date about it. One day the mixture was too strong. All I got to say about it. Too much poison in the bloodstream. Prostitution killed a lot of queens. I got to get over now. Mama poke, daddy poke, candy lady, had to close. Couldn't buy what she sold. Granny poke, pawpaw poke, must run in the blood. Shit, that's all we ever know. Neighbors poke, city poke, politicians passing bills. They don't live around the block. Living poke, dying poke, wanna keep me where I'm at, but can't wait to let me go. Over now, over now, over now.